to the channel. Today we are looking at what's happening with the crypto market. We've seen a major shift in the momentum that was happening at the beginning of the month. I expected this for several reasons, so let's take a look here. Number one, let's take a look at, first of all, the coins. What's happening with Ethereum here? You can see Ethereum is pretty much at 3,000 right now. On March 26th, it was down at 1,600. In the last 6 months, you would have doubled your money if you would have kept in there. However, there was a point it did spike. You would have made so much more. Some people hold for the very long term. Some people don't know when to hold until. Some people have no plan. And guess what? If you have no plan, then you're failing. Your plan is you're going to fail. That's it. Now let's take a look at EOS. EOS is pretty much in a consolidation period back in March as well. Very much stalemate across the board. However, in this month here, back in May, you would have made lots of money if you would have bailed out. That's why that we need to take a look at this more closely. And what's the big question? Let's wait until we see a few more and see the difference. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin back in March was at 53,000 and it's down at 43,000. It's actually down compared to the first two that I just showed you. The next one here is 88 Cardano. It was down at $1.20. Now it's at $2.19. That's very good. Tron Cases was down at, where was it? It was down at 6 cents. Now it's down at 9 cents. That's pretty good gain, over 30% gain. That's fabulous. Matic, Polygon Matic was at originally, let's see here as it moves, where it was down around 63 cents and it's down, it's at $1.18, almost doubled since. KCS, KuCoin. KCS is the coin of the app that I am using right now. 460 back in March, and now it's at $10.19. Why is this happening? How do I know to build a plan so that I don't fail? So that I'm not planning to fail, because that's right. Those people who are not planning are planning to fail. Is that a good option? No, it's not a good option. Many people think it's a good option. What is your goal? If you can look here, and if you would have jumped in here and made 20% and then jumped out, and maybe you would have missed this big move, but then you come back down and wait till, let's say, anywhere between here, right here at 1290 and down at 1025, and you would have jumped in for another 20%, you would have made some money as well. Now, let's say it dropped and dropped and dropped, and you would have jumped in up here. And if you would have held from back in May all the way through July, you would have made another 20%. Are you catching my drift? And let's say you watched this drop and it dropped here, and you would have decided to jump in somewhere right in here. And if you would have held at 1164, and you could have either sold up here at $14, which would have been a really good sale, or up in here at, again, $13.80, $14 range, you would have made money. That is the reality. See how many times there is to make 20%? How many times is there to make this one huge gap up? This spike right here, sorry, spike, it's not a gap up, it's a spike. How many times? Just once. It doesn't, you don't see it anywhere else, but how many times can you make 20%? Several times. If you catch my drift, you can make this several times. You just got to watch the market. Now, what are we looking for in the market? One of the great things about looking in the market, let me just get this app here that sorry, I've got a different app that just came up, not the one I was expecting. So let's just get it up here, Coin Market Cap. There we go. This is one of the good apps I like to check on what I'm doing. Now, what's trending right now? It's going to show you the top 3. It's also going to show you the biggest gainers right now. And it's going to show you which ones have been recently added. Now, what's the difference between these? Is there an investment possibility between these? Well, Cardano is trending. We just saw it. It's trending. It's up 3.8%. That's pretty good. Now, Arriva, I don't know why. I'm not going to take a look into this because that will be a whole nother topic and it will take a while. And I want to make this video very short and brief so that you see where I'm coming from. If you were to look at the biggest gainers and compare them to the offset of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few others, maybe you can have some sort of balance in your investing, in your crypto. To make the right trades or the right crypto investments, you're going to have to be able to weather through the storm. And how do you weather through the storm? Well, Ray Dalio, I just read a book on Ray Dalio, Principles, the Life and Work. And it's about his life and his work, obviously, but it also shows us some principles that he utilized to be able to make hefty returns for himself and for his clients. But along the path, guess what? Ray Dalio lost $1 billion. But do you know how much he's worth currently? He's worth anywhere between 16 and 20 billion dollars. 16 and 20 billion. And he's given some of that money away. And he's giving it away also for his family. If you want to wind up similar to Ray Dalio, I don't know if you want to make it that far, but if you could get half of that, I'm certain you'd be pretty happy. I know I would. And I'd actually be happy with 1.65 billion. And that would make me very happy. And it would make a lot of other people happy, including my family members. But in order to weather out the storm and see where can I invest, this is where you start. Biggest gainers. You don't just go by the top three. You look more and follow. And you track these. How do you track these? That's for another session. But here you get an idea of which ones are the biggest gainers lately. You can see that Bitcoin is not up there anywhere, but you can see all these other worlds. Uni World I've heard of. Project X I have not. Stake DAO. Arctic I've heard of. Nano Dogecoin. You can see that it's gone up 101%. Wow. Fabulous, I guess. And you can see how these coins are basically, they are under $1 worth, the majority of them. That's why they make the major moves. That's why there are some people who are super wealthy, because these will multiply quicker than you know. But one other piece of information that you want to check, for example, Gravitoken. Why did Gravitoken move? Well, once you bring up Gravitoken, you'll get all its information, all the analysis that you need. Or you can see an overview, the market, historical data, wallets, news, socials, ratings, analysis, price estimates. I tend to look at the news. That's one place that I like to look at. And you can see the latest news. This was released 3 minutes ago. September has been a roller coaster ride for crypto market. That's right. Usually September is a roller coaster ride for even stocks. So get used to it. They're coming in to about a similar level. El Salvador President Bukele down 15% on Bitcoin despite buying the dip, and that's fine. Buying the dip. When is the right time to buy the dip? Let's take a look at that quickly. Is buying the dip worth it right now? Let's see here as we look at our KuCoin and see where it's at right now. Right now, Bitcoin is valued at 43,000. 43,000. As this map comes up, is this the bottom? You don't know. Is it the top? You don't know. However, is it a good investment? Perhaps. It's a pretty good investment. I believe it is. I believe this is going to go into the 50s, into the 60s, maybe even into the 70s by the time December is around. Is that a good 30% gain? 40% gain? Is that right? 50% gain possible. If it gets into the 60s, 65 or so, that's a 50% gain. Wouldn't you be happy with that? But guess what? I just showed you that there are better ways to do this. If your goal is to make 100% return, then guess what? You're going to be holding on forever. And by the time that happens, I'll have made 20% here, maybe 20% here, maybe 20% here, and then maybe 20% here. Do you know that that is either 100% or more? So what are you waiting for? Make sure that you have a plan and you stick to that plan, because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. This is CeoTrades, where money works for you. If you're not building your knowledge account, how do you expect your market money account to grow? Take care. Have a great one. And until tomorrow, this is CeoTrades signing off.